She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. And this week of Thanksgiving, especially on this day of Thanksgiving, as we've been talking to you every single day this week about gratitude and what we're thankful for, we want to do a special show today where several of our team are going to talk to you directly and talk about you. Please stay tuned for the remainder of the show because I have something very special that I want to talk to you about that I'm thankful for concerning you as well. So I hope you enjoy today's show.
Hi, Lena.
Hey, Micah.
Okay, I was hoping if you could share with our clients and our viewers what it is that you do here. First, introduce yourself, even though I already said your name.
Sure.
You are?
I am Lena Staggs.
And what do you do here?
I work in the events department, and my main duty is to help out with all the volunteers for the live events.
Volunteers?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty big task.
It is a big task because we have anywhere between 30 to 40 volunteers per event.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was hoping you could share with me, what do you love most about working with our clients?
Well, since probably my largest contact is with the volunteers, I work mostly and closely to them. So obviously their willingness to want to serve and help out in the community. I love their hearts, especially reading the feedback and how they love welcoming the new clients in, that it's their first time event. So I really like getting to hear that and then meeting new people, and they're just a huge inspiration. They not only inspire me, but they also inspire all the new clients that are coming through the doors for the first time registration or events.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do they inspire you? I want to know more about that.
Their stories, I mean, they're amazing. And another great thing is, like, we have a lot of staff members that work here that they started out as clients, like McCracken's, obviously, and the Grays, Schmitz, and they just have amazing stories. And just, they persevere, and they just put one step in front of the other and get things done, and just very inspiring.
They show up being hungry and wanting change and being vulnerable, and that's like, I'm really grateful for their vulnerability. And once they step in to the whole picture of like going into first steps, when they step in and they start taking action, it's really beautiful to see that. Their continued loyalty, not necessarily loyalty, but just continuously wanting to learn and to be hungry and to be teachable. That's a big thing, because if we're not teachable and if we're not vulnerable or humble, we would be lost. And usually that's what gets us to that point, when we're not vulnerable. So
Nice.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Another thing to be thankful for is that whenever I am at events, it feels like family. That we have this sense of family, and we can come together and dance it out and cry a lot, and sometimes get mad.
Yes.
And slap each other a little bit and be like, snap out of it, let's go.
Yes.
You know, just encouraging each other, and the stories are really what gets me every time, of like reminding me of why we do what we do. And it's just cool to see the stories and see change whenever you're at events and you see where that person was before and see how their life has changed in so many different ways, and ways where they didn't even imagine, you know. So that's what I like about that.
Who would you say is one of our most drastically different clients? Like, who's had like some of the most bizarre changes in their life when they first started and to where they are now? There's so many.
So many.
But if you had to choose
Gosh.
one, Share one story about one client.
You know, the one person that comes to mind to me is Brandy, former Cowell, now Del Rio.
Del Rio.
Brandy Del Rio.
Brandy Del Rio.
She was in her lowest of lows and was abusing drugs and alcohol. I have to double check this story.
It's okay. Just keep going.
I just know.
You know Brandy personally, though. So
Yeah, Brandy,
from what she shared with you.
Brandy was in like the lowest time of her life, like using drugs, and came to an event, became sober, fell into the habits again, and then she met her husband. And
but she, like, when she relapsed, she didn't come for
she did not come for like years.
She didn't come for years.
Yeah, because she was so ashamed.
She felt really bad, and she felt like she would be so
yeah.
judged.
Yeah, she was so ashamed of who she had, like, she had gone so far and then she fell back, and she couldn't forgive herself, and she would think that, you know, the thing about thoughts of what we do, you know, thoughts get us in such a funk of how we think about ourselves and how everyone else could think of how we are. Her mind tricked her into thinking that she didn't actually have a place to go to and say, I screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, and then she realized, oh, I did.
Yeah.
And she came back, and she met her husband, and now she has a baby, and she's just, like, she's such an advocate for every client, and she's open arms, and she's just so real and raw, and she's just, like,
super loving and
super loving. Yeah. Like, just, oh my gosh, I freaking love her. Brandy, if you're watching this.
Shout out to Brandy.
Brandy, I love you.
We all love you, Brandy.
Yes, and I'm so proud of you, Brandy.
Yes, Brandy.
And just being, like, such an advocate for everybody, and being so inspiring, and saying you can be like the lowest of lows and then becoming something that you didn't even dream of, that you didn't even believe yourself that you could be. Like, it's just, and such
when
an
you say advocate,
mom.
It's not advocate for us and our company.
She's being an advocate for everybody.
Yeah,
like, she goes to the events, and she sees people that are broken and have no idea what they're walking into, and then she's like, I got you. She'll find out, like, she doesn't try to get to know you for something. She truly gets to know you for who you are, and that's just so beautiful. Like, she's just a friend to everybody.
I am grateful. Oh my God, I'm grateful for our clients that take action, that, you know, they focus on the good things and the sprouts that they're having, because that's like fuel for us. You know, really is a story that motivates you and inspires you, rather than, you know, sometimes for people, like, money could be, or a challenge could be something that can inspire them, and that's absolutely fine. But a story is like, oh man, that person did it. That tells you that you can do it too, you know. And I'm grateful for the specific client that she has pushed through so much crap, like, literally. And, you know, she's such an amazing person, such an amazing woman, and she's so diligent. Can I say her name? I don't know.
Yeah, if you can, you can.
I mean, I'll give kudos to Crystal High and also Debbie Moody. They are amazing. I love them to death because they are just so diligent, and they know, you know, they've shared so many things, and they just take action, you know. And they're like, you know what, I get it. They're so teachable, and we're all in this together, you know. We're all learning, but they woke up. They're like, okay, I want to make a difference in my life, and if I stay in this path, it's not gonna take me anywhere. So I'm gonna take action, and I'm gonna do something, because I'm so sorry, but the school system didn't fill anything up. I don't know who taught you how to do finances. Nobody taught me how to be married. Nobody taught me how to deal with people. Nobody taught me those things that I feel like they are so essential and important. So they took action. So thank you so much for you guys taking action. And there's so many more. Oh my gosh, I have so many on top of my head, but those are the latest ones, and I love them to death. So
awesome.
Thank you so much.
I have one client in particular that is named Jenny Williams, and Jenny and I met, oh my gosh, probably way back in January. And it was like an immediate connection. We talked over the internet, and then I called her. We talked on the phone for an hour, and it was just, we had not so much in common, but just her story and how much she wanted to share with us. And I love her heart and all the things, her encouragement. And so it was like she was my sister. Like, and it's like one of those friends where we don't see each other for a while, and then you see each other and you're like, no time has passed at all. And that is what our clients are like. It's like BFFs that constantly encourage you and push you to be better, and it's just an amazing relationship. So I love our clients.
I am grateful for our clients because of the enthusiasm and determination that they have in them. I mean, from you know, what they see and what they implement, and how it affects everything around them. I mean, I can just remember from a call just the other day. I don't know if I still have her name over here. Oh gosh, darn it. Yeah, nope, I don't have it anymore. But she was a rather new to Dynasty. It was one of her first.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
She just talked about how her husband and her are turning over this new leaf.
To reset your password.
Really.
So you can go ahead and log into DaniJohnson.com.
Dani talks about working on
let
yourself.
me know if you got that email. You should have been able to get it.
And so that was their focus, is just making sure that everything is balanced and right in here, and coming from an attitude and a mindset of love, and doing that with their children, and wanting to bring them, you know, next time to an event, but just how even within this past year, how it's changed their lives and their children. When I hear stuff like that with kids, that always really makes me ugly cry inside, and hold it back in my face as best I can.
So I just send that to you.
But yeah, tears of joy.
You have my number.
Just
to save this number.
It's
and,
really uplifting to hear the transformation of every single person out there. And
give me a call back, and we'll do it at a better time. I know you're getting ready to go to work, okay?
No, it's. I mean,
because there are quite a great deal of people that I've seen, that I've heard, that have talked to me about it. The families are the ones that I care most about. Husband and wife relationships, where they're really just taking time just to be the servant of the other. And you know, the most important thing is coming from a mindset and a heart attitude of love, you know, forgiveness, mercy, kindness.
Have a good one, okay?
So I love hearing that from
Happy holidays. Thank you.
our customers, and I'm grateful to be able to get those things. Love talking to a bunch of the people that we just got done with Dynasty, and obviously, you know, they're on fire, and but there's also just, it's very poignant, and they can describe and talk to you very vividly about what's going on in their heads and hearts, and that's what, to me, is the most gratifying with us being on the phone with them. Awesome. is hearing their minds and their hearts, and the progress that they traverse through.
Awesome.
I'm grateful for our clients because they're really inspiring with the stories from people who come to us or to Dani completely like broke, and their relationships are in complete turmoil, and they come and they're really committed, and they hit every single event, and they are really truly plugging in and pressing play, and then they get the results that they were after, and then that's just like super inspiring. So grateful for that.
One of the favorite things, one of the most enjoyable things I get to do here is realize that all the work we do, because there's still a lot of effort running a business, and all the minutia, we call about it, trying to make systems work and people gel and hit numbers and the whole 9 yards. Is at the bottom line, and the thing that drives me is our purpose, which is changing lives. So I am truly inspired to know that every day that we build this business, that on the other end there's a life being impacted. coming from retail, I would sell things to people that don't need them, helping them to be driven further into debt. Here I get to do something with meaning, and look forward to, at the end of the day, that, wow, I made a difference. And it could just be one person that we make that difference in. You know, from the stories of marriages saved, to people not committing suicide, like hearing it from them, not like a third party or a whisper down the lane, but like real life type stuff that people deal with. Because this is something that I believe that we're all vessels in this company to bring forth that change, with Dani spearheading it, but the Father in heaven doing his download because we've been available. Our clients are teachable, they're hungry, and they get results, which really drives us here. And it's something we get to celebrate every day. So I appreciate the fact that you appreciate the work we do by getting the results that you do. So thanks.
So I've worked off and on with the company. I've worked many times in events, and I think I first started working events when I was like 13, and so I've met lots and lots and lots of clients and have gone to work with tons of amazing people. So yeah.
So what's your most memorable?
My most memorable moment with a client, I would say, prior to doing the show editing, when I was doing just video marketing, I produced this video promo off of our client Alyssa Roberti, who has one of the most wild stories ever, and that was, it wasn't memorable because of like my work being invested into it, but it was also because like I know these people personally, and I know, like, I think I remember them coming to their first event and first meeting them, and it's just wild because there's so many crazy transformations, and Alyssa Roberti's story is insane. You would never look at her and think that that was her story and that was her past. Mm-hmm. And where they are today is outstanding. So there's so many memorable moments with all the clients, but I mean, my most recent one would be working with Alyssa Roberti and being able to bring her story to the rest of the public, something that's shareable and easy and infectious to everyone. So, and it's amazing because like I'm inspired by her story, but you know, I got the opportunity to help inspire other people with it as well. So
yes, that was an awesome video, by the way, that you did.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Micah, I'm going to chime in real quick and ask one more final question.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Jen Ratchford, and I've known you your whole life. So you have seen this community from the beginning.
Yes.
To where it is today. What is the one thing that you love the most about our clients compared to other places you've been and seen?
Yes. Compared to other places I've been and seen, what do I love most? That is a big question.
Yeah, like you've been to, you know, other large conferences, you've been to other countries to help, you've been on production sets, you've been on all kinds of things. So what about our community
sets it apart?
Sets them apart.
Sets the clients themselves apart. What sets the clients apart is they're not complacent. They're not complacent, and they're not satisfied, which is a good place to be, I think, in a strange way. It's not that you don't want to be content, but it's good to have a desire to accomplish more and to be more and to become more. And not in, I hate to say worldly sense, but like in a personal sense. So people usually just get comfortable with who they are and where they're at, and it's, you know, maybe it's fine, but they could be more, they could be better. So I think the thing that sets our clients apart the most is their ability to look in the mirror and to look inward into themselves and ask what needs to change in me, and want to, you know, they have a desire to change themselves and to better their lives and to make a difference. And not going to say that not many people feel that way, but not very many people are actually the risk takers or the action takers to actually get that done. So I would say that's what sets our clients apart the most.
That's awesome.
So,
and I know you have a massive heart for them.
I do.
And you always have.
Yes.
And so thank you for representing this and representing them.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
So I hope you really enjoyed everything that our team has said to you. And I want you to know that every single day here at DaniJohnson.com, this team is so committed to you. They're here because they believe in you. I'm here because I believe in you. You know that I don't take a salary from this business. I don't take the profits of this business. All of it goes to the staff, the government, and the poor, right? But here's the deal. You amaze me. You know what I'm most grateful for? You actually inspire me. You see, yes, I could be retired. I could be living on a beach somewhere, just, rolling around in the sand with my husband and grandkids and kids. But the bottom line is this, that when you have written us and you have told us your story, when I've heard stories of marriages that were completely gone, desolate, over, even already divorced, and seen a couple come together and work through their issues, through what they've learned at First Step Success, Creating Dynasty, and Hot Marriage Secrets, to give it another go and to find deep, passionate love and fulfillment. This has blessed me. I am forever grateful for how many have written to us. I'm forever grateful for how you have created community. You see, we come into town, we do an event, but yet you have all stuck together. So many of you that you have exchanged phone numbers and have kept in touch and have encouraged each other and even referred each other. I'm so grateful for that. In fact, I've said to our team many times, I think our clients are better than us. And our goal is to become as good as they are. Because I've watched how you have applied the information with all the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of debt that's been paid off through the years. The kind of commitment level it is that you have inspires me, inspires our whole team. The way that you have improved your people skills. I know you're making a difference in the world, and that gives me hope. It really gives me hope that there are good people on the planet. There's really good people in some of the churches around the country and even different parts of the world. I am so grateful that you have referred, the people that you have referred to our site, to our training seminars, to our whole DJU, the Dani Johnson University, the various different products and books and services that we have. We would be nothing without you. We would have nothing without you. There would not be a single job here provided for if it wasn't for you. Even if you have been just taking advantage of all the free stuff that's on our site and you haven't engaged in any other way, but I know that you've referred other people to the site, and that's actually what has helped the site to become successful. I am so grateful that you're making a difference in your family's life. I'm grateful that you've used something like GEMS to motivate your teenager or your toddler. I'm so grateful that you've mended some things with your spouse and you've had a completely different outlook on how you're approaching work. And then you've written us to tell us about it. I remember just a couple months ago in Maui at Hot Marriage Secrets, this was amazing and profound to me. We finish, we get off stage, and the event is over, and my husband right away is like, I want to go party. I want to go hang out with some people. And I was like, okay. And that's just not a normal thing. But anyway, so we just venture out in all the public areas, and we went out by where a bunch of people were. And it was so amazing to see what took place. We were not swarmed with anybody. Everybody was enjoying each other. There's so many long-lasting relationships that have been created that Hans and I were a non-issue. But the community was the issue. And so you're doing such an amazing job building community in where you live and building that community abroad. You've done such an amazing job of knitting everyone's families together and loving each other and honoring each other and doing your very best to become financially responsible and even starting to build that wealth. I'm so very grateful for how you are loving your neighbor, how you are loving your God. I am so grateful for how you are committed to your vision, to your future. And even if you haven't figured it all out yet, you're at least committed to figuring it out. So without you, DaniJohnson.com does not exist. Without your love and your encouragement, your grace, we would not exist. Without you applying the information that we've brought to you, like check your judgments, man, and throw them in the trash. We get to work with you who have not judged us, but that you've accepted us. Thank you for accepting us. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace, because I know I have screwed up so many times on stage. For the last 27, almost 28 years that First Steps to Success has been in the marketplace. I've messed up so many times, and yet you've still loved me. You've loved my family. You might have been around long enough to watch my children grow up. You might have been around long enough to have seen Erica when she was a baby in the back of the room. Cabe on a chair with a microphone repeating something I'm having him say when he was 2. Roman at his first steps, attending when he was 8 years old, motivating everybody. And Micah drawing pictures in the back. That now our kids are all grown. Christina, who was with us when we first started the business at 16 years old. She was on our sales team. She was on the phones talking to you. Thank you so much for putting up with our technology glitches, our cart when it was a disaster, our website that was horrible and not navigationally correct. Thank you. And thank you too. Many have defended us when others have judged us, when others have misrepresented us, when others have misunderstood us. You chose to stand by our side, to stand by our team's side. And you're also standing by your family's side. I am so grateful for your love, for your grace, for your mercy, your acceptance. I'm so grateful for who you are in our lives. And a day doesn't go by that I am not praying for you and praying blessing over your life, because I am so grateful that God brought us together. So, from our family to yours, and from our whole family here at DaniJohnson.com to yours, happy Thanksgiving.